Hello everyone, and welcome to a bit of a different thing for my channel. Today we will be playing a fighting fantasy book. Basically, you're not going to be able to see an awful lot, apart from you'll be hearing my voice, and you'll be hearing, we're going to play with Alexa today as the dice, so you can hear there's no cheating. And of course, we don't know which book we're going to be playing yet, because what we're going to do is we're going to let that on fate as well. So we've got numbers from 1 to 10 on the books, as you can see here. And we're going to roll a 10-sided dice first. Alexa, roll a 10-sided dice.
7.
7. We will be playing House of Hell. Okay, so let's get that book out to start. I'll show you the cover. Here we are. This House of Hell with this, I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody who is becoming a demon or somebody who's possessed. I'm sure we'll find out. So the front cover says, stranded miles from anywhere on a dark and stormy night, your only hope of refuge is this strange ramshackle mansion that you can see in the distance. But entering the House of Hell hurls you into an adventure of spine-chilling and blood-curdling terror. The dangers of the torrential storm outside are nothing compared to the nightmarish creatures that await you within the gruesome walls. Okay, so let us start at the beginning. We've got a nice little picture there to start us off, illustrated by Tim Sell. The blurb at the front says, Games night to Clive, Ian, Mark, Peter and Skye. May their dinner winnerships be few, and always more than mine. We have a couple of set dressings here, some wooden swords, well, one wooden sword, and anybody know or recognise this bad boy? There must be goblins near. Okay, so let's have a little look here. How to survive the House of Hell. The House of Hell is a little different from previous fighting fantasy adventures. You start your adventure unarmed, with no provisions or potions, and you have to avoid being frightened to death. Before embarking on your adventure, you must first determine your own strengths and weaknesses by rolling dice to determine your initial scores. On pages 18/19, there is an adventure sheet, which you may use to record details of your adventure. On it, you will find boxes recording your skill, stamina, and luck scores. You are advised to either record your scores on the adventure sheet in pencil or make photocopies for them for your adventures. So I have a piece of paper here and a Sharpie. I will be taking notes on this piece of paper here so that we don't cheat or forget, because I am a very forgetful person, but we will figure it out from there. To determine your initial skill, stamina and luck scores, roll 1 dice. Roll 1 die, I apologise. Add 6 to this number and enter this total in the skill box on the adventure sheet. Right, roll 1 dice. So that's a regular dice. Alexa, roll a 6-sided dice.
6.
Oh, well. So we got 6. So we got 12 on our initial. That's pretty good, isn't it? Alexa, volume to 10. There we go. You should be able to hear a little bit better now. So that goes into the skill box. Roll both dice, add 12 to the number rolled and enter this in the stamina box. Roll both dice. What does that mean? Sorry, bear with me. Let's have a look. See here. Roll both dice. So that would be probably a 12-sided dice, I would imagine then. If I'm doing this wrong, I do apologise. But Alexa, roll a 6-sided dice.
6.
Wow. Alexa, roll a 6-sided dice.
1.
So 6 and 1 is 7. 7 plus 12 is 19. 19 stamina. 12 skill. And luck. Roll 1 die add 6 to this number and enter in the luck. Alexa, roll a 6-sided dice.
3.
So 9. 9 luck. So, just to reiterate, we have 12 skill, 19 stamina, and 9 luck. So let's have a look here. Skill reflects your swordsmanship and fighting expertise. The higher the better. Stamina represents your strength. The higher the better. And the higher your stamina, the longer you will survive. Luck represents how lucky a person you are. Luck and magic are facts of life, and in the fantasy world, they are one and the same. You are about to explore this world. Skill, stamina, and luck score change constantly during your adventure, so keep an eraser handy. You must keep an accurate record of these scores, but never rub out your initial scores. Although you may receive additional stamina, luck, and skill points, these totals never exceed your initial scores, except on very rare occasions, when instructed on a particular page. So, we will never exceed these scores, apparently. So, those are our limit. Battles. When you are told to fight a creature, you must resolve the battle in as described below. First, given the creature's skill and stamina scores, as given on the page, in an empty monster encounter box on your adventure sheet. So I'm going to tear that first page off and we will keep that as our initial sheet. So I won't write too much on that one because that'll be our guideline on where we're going. And if we pick up any items and stuff like that, I'll also add it to that sheet. So we need a monster encounter box basically for all monsters. Roll the 2 dice for the creature, add its skill score. This total is its attack strength. Roll 2 dice for yourself, add your current skill. This is now your attack strength. So am I still... I think I'm doing this per battle. Whose attack strength is higher? Whose attack strength is higher? If your attack strength is higher, you have wounded the creature. If the creature's attack strength is higher, it has wounded you. If both are the same, you are both missed. Start your attack next round. If you wounded the creature, subtract 2 points from its stamina score. You may use luck here to do additional damage. See using luck in battles. If the creature wounded you, subtract 2 points from your stamina score. You may use luck to minimize the damage. Make the appropriate changes to either the creature's or your own stamina scores and your luck score if you use luck, and begin the next attack round. Repeat steps 1 to 6. This continues until the stamina score of either you or the creature you are fighting has been reduced to 0, which results in death. Fear. As well as surviving your adventure by ensuring that your stamina never drops to 0, in the House of Hell you must avoid being frightened to death. Before you begin your adventure, roll 1 die and add 6 to the result. This total will give you your maximum fear score you can bear. Okay, so let's do that then. Alexa, roll a 6-sided die.
5.
So that will give us a fear rating of 11. I've written that on the main page too, so that we can see that in the future. Your fear score starts at 0 and you must add fear points as instructed in the text. If your fear score reaches the maximum, as recorded initially, you are frightened to death and must end your adventure. Note, the fear works in the opposite way as normal skill stamina scores. You start with 0 and you increase your fear towards maximum. We get that, that's fine. Okay, let's have a little look here now to weapons. You begin the House of Hell horror with no weapon. As with other fighting fantasy adventures, your skill reflects your combat ability with a weapon. So, before you start your adventure, deduct 3 points from your skill. Note this as starting skill. So, I'm going to put a little thing there, and that's a 9 without the weapon. I'm going to put with a weapon. Do not, however, change your initial skill, as this will be used to determine your maximum skill you have, and is also used if you make rolls against your skill. If you find a weapon, which will be identified with capital letters during your adventure, the text will tell you how many skill points the weapon allows you to add. These points are added to your starting skill, not your initial skill. Okay. I get you. Sometimes you'll be told to test your luck. As you will discover, using luck is a risky business. The way to test your luck is as follows. Roll 2 die. If the number rolled is equal to or less than your current luck score, you have been lucky. If the number rolled is higher than your luck score, you have been unlucky. The consequences of being lucky or unlucky will be found on the page. Each time you test your luck, you must subtract 1 point from your current luck score. So the more you rely on luck, the more risky this becomes. Using luck in battles. In battles, you will always have the option of using luck to score a more serious wound on a creature or minimize the effects of a wound the creature has scored on you. If you have just wounded a creature, you may test your luck as described above. If you are lucky, subtract an extra 2 points from the creature's stamina score, i.e. 4 instead of 2. But if you are unlucky, you must restore 1 point to the creature's stamina. Also, instead of scoring initial 2 points, you will then score 1. Okay. If the creature has just wounded you, you can test your luck to minimize the wound. If you are lucky, restore 1 point to the stamina instead of doing 2 points of damage, it only does 1. If you are unlucky, to subtract 1 extra point, so it will do 3. Don't forget to subtract 1 point from your luck score each time you test your luck. Your skill, stamina, and luck scores may change during your adventure. Your skill will increase from starting skill. If you find a weapon, your stamina will drain as you fight creatures, and may be restored by eating or resting as instructed by the text. Your luck will run out, and you must decide on 1 luck point whether you use 1 luck point each time. Occasionally, a particularly lucky find or encounter may restore some of your luck. Your fear score is built up as you go through the adventure. Each time you get frightened, you will add 1 to your fear score. It will add to your fear score. It may not be 1. It doesn't say 1 there, actually. Occasionally, when you get the opportunity to relax, the text may instruct you to deduct points from your fear score. Note that any bonuses you are awarded can never be used to exceed your initial skill, stamina, and luck scores. So we can never go over these initial scores. I've underlined the maximum fear we can get there so that you can see that fear is capped off at 11. If we hit 11, we die. And I can never get over the 12 skill, 19 stamina, and 9 luck. Okay, all pretty simple so far. Let's see how long it takes me to forget this and play the game wrong. Which is fine, by the way. Hints on how to play. Oh, there's a map. Right, there's an adventure sheet. So, I'm going to cut here, and then the next part will be the story starting, by the looks of it, properly. So this will be an initial setup video, and we'll start the game next episode.